So back to our case study, which is VDM in this video. So like I said, just to a reminder, we said we should underline thought form, we should underline collective group, we should underline consciousness, we should underline will, we should underline belief and emotions. So you can, as a human being, as a single person, you can be able to actually manipulate the matrix enough to include you in the collective consciousness, which is a you becoming famous for a particular role that you play so well. This is how stars are born, right? And someone that has been able to do this so well is VDM, even though he might have his own pros and ups and downs and all, but he's someone that has been able to play this role so well. So to effectively create an egregor, or to effectively be included in the matrix, I'm going to layer this with examples and examples and example, and hopefully at the end of the video we'll be able to understand it. So for you to create an egregor as a single person, the internet has made it so easy these days for you to do that, because this actually involves you being in the presence of other consciousness, so that you can be acknowledged that okay, and by acknowledged I mean so you can be approved to be added into the collective consciousness. And this you cannot do by force. That is why the will has to be there and the belief has to be there. You can never, these are two things that you can't force your way to. So the will should be given willingly. Like a group of people have to willingly want to support your whatever it is that you're trying to portray and actually believe in it. And then this thought form originates and this thought form first of all has to originate from you, unless you have other group of people that believe in you. But before other people has to start to believe in you and see the dream or the concepts you're trying to put out there, it has to originate from you. So when you have that thought or that image, because it's actually always an image that is now given life by the collective consciousness. So when you get to that, so when you have that thought form or that image and you create this image, and by creating this image, or how you can also create your own egregor, is that okay, so VDM is so using our case study today, which is VDM, when you hear the name VDM, what comes to mind? A very dark man. Not Vincent Ote or whatever his name is. It is a very dark man. Literally, he is a very dark man. And guess what? Let's take it even further on the concept of who VDM is. We are using him is our case study today of who VDM is, right? VDM went, whether he knew what he was doing or not, but he is someone that was an expert in harvesting the collective consciousness. So when you imagine VDM again, apart from his name, which is a very dark man, he had to re-emphasize this image of a very dark man by always, when you imagine how VDM dresses, he has a particular mode of dressing, which is that his broad shoulders has to show, and he's very masculine, a physical future that portrays that he can carry the weight of Nigeria on his shoulders, on his chest enough. He's intimidating physically, and he goes ahead to, sometimes all of it, he goes ahead to show us, even re-emphasizing that he is a very dark man by wearing, a white skirt, I don't know, traditionally white skirt, and his body, rubs aurora all over it. Whatever it took for us to be stamped, for him to, whatever it took for him to stamp that image in our heads as VDM. So whenever you close your eyes, you cannot imagine VDM any other way. You cannot imagine him any other way. So that is number one, that thought form. he had it in his head. This was the concept that I wanted to put out into the collective consciousness, and he went ahead to keep re-emphasizing this concept into our heads, whether it is through his words, the way he talked, the logos, the things that he kept on. Guys, I want you to understand that every single thing VDM was doing was intentional, whether he knew it or not. Whether he knew it or not, it was intentional. In my opinion, he was creating a brand or an egregor, because he's not a musician, so he had to come up with a concept that, okay, at the beginning of every video, at the end of every video, this is what I'm going to be saying. So even though you are nearby and you are hearing VDM talk, even though you are nearby and you're hearing VDM talk, whenever you hear all right in the beginning of that video, you know that it's VDM or someone that is pretending to be VDM. And then at the end of his video, what does he say? He says, don't play. If you play, you're going to learn. And these things are thought forms that he has put out, and we, the audience or the watchers of him, have willingly accepted. VDM is one of the people that the conscious, a lot of people accepted. Like the collective, VDM was so skilled in harvesting all our consciousness that even Kiss Daniel sang with his slang. So he was someone that he did not just impose himself on us. He made sure that he locked in on the spotlights for two years straight. He was in our faces every single day, re-emphasizing his identity, harvesting our consciousness. And when he sealed it was when he was able to turn this literally, when he was able to literally harvest the conscious energy that has been given to him willingly in form of donations. That is energy that has turned into solid currency, because this is something that we have willingly given him. Our will, our belief has willingly been given to him. So to remind us again about what an egregor is, an egregor can be formed by, number one, you have to have an egregor formula is you have to have a group of people that believed in you. Then you have to have a ritual, and in this case it has to be maybe your mode of dressing, or what you say, or how you talk, or the kind of things that you keep re-emphasizing every single time you show up on camera. Like I said, it is so easy these days to actually harvest consciousness, because you are online and you can put yourself out there every single day by appearing and appearing and appearing. You cannot imagine VDM without him drinking pure water, and he kept on doing this even when he was able to afford a better house. He would, in my opinion, occasionally go there just to re-emphasize that image until he was sure that it has stuck in the minds of his audience, and he knew what he was doing because every single thing was consciously done. That was why he was so confident that he owned the internet even when he didn't, because sometimes the ego also, sometimes the ego also, we'll continue the next video.